Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to Northcountry Off-Grid. If you guys were keeping up with the channel yesterday, you know that we have some fires out here. And I'm going to give you guys in this video a rundown of basically the way that the day took place, and then what we did, what I did personally, what we did as an organization with the Idaho 3%ers. And then I'm going to tell you guys what I learned in the process of it, basically what I did wrong or what I wished I would have improved on, and then the things that I did right enough, I guess. But there was a lot of lessons here. Which is great, which is fantastic, and then I'll give you guys an update on the situation that has taken place as far as where the fires are at and what the fires are doing. Okay guys, so first and foremost, knowing that there's fires in the area, there's many ways to know when there's fire in the area. For us, for me, community. We have a communication system that our group uses from the top of the panhandle to the bottom of the panhandle. If there's a fire, any kind of disaster, power outage, that sort of thing, it is a network of people speaking to each other to figure out and assess basically how bad the situation is. So yesterday we had real gusting winds all morning. Big winds, a lot of trees had fallen. Yeah, many people were without power throughout the entire day, which is a lesson in itself. So many lessons to be learned there for those people yesterday affected by the power outage. For an all-day power outage, they need to learn backup systems of what they need to do to mitigate that issue. And then same with the people who already are ready for it. They got to practice their backup systems for a grid down event. So as the fire began to burn, and just so you guys know too, I'm pretty sure that where these fires started, there were no power lines. So there's rumors about how these fires have started. So as these fires began to burn yesterday, of course, the network was figuring out, A, where these fires are at, and then B, we were finding out where our people were in relation to these fires. And we had people all around, right in the burn area, to the north of the burn area, to the south of the burn area. So we, as an organization, began talking about who needs help, who can respond, who can offer what. And so what happened is the fire hit and it jumped the highway. They closed down the highway, which means that cut off our mode of transportation to get up to the area of people who were affected to the north of us and then who were affected to the south of the fire. So what we did was we actually staged two groups. We had a group above the fire to the north and then below the fire to the south. And then we were able to basically go up and way around to get up and around the fire, but we were able to get people up there. Now we did have a couple members packing their stuff, getting stuff ready to go because the fire was coming down on them. And it's all about, you know, could the wind shift? The wind was blowing in a weird direction. It doesn't normally blow from the north unless it's storm weather coming in from Canada. Now, I was not at home when this took place. I was up north about 45 minutes. So I had to get all the way back to my place to get gear. So here's part of, here's where the mistakes and here's where the I did them rights came in. One, and this is a big deal, guys. This is probably the biggest deal I'll stress to you guys is communication. I was able to communicate with my people, and then I was able to listen to communications of emergency channels in the area, and that is all done by this thing right here. Basically, when you join the real 3%ers, you learn the secret handshake, and then we get you a BaoFeng radio, cheap radio. Not even kind of the best radio at all. These radios are about 25 bucks. Cheap radio, upgraded antenna. I think this antenna cost more than the radio did. I think it was like 20 bucks. So, real close. Upgraded antenna instantly, and then this one has an upgraded battery pack, which makes it a little bit longer, which I prefer to have a little bit bigger of a radio. So what this is, guys, is a radio to be able to talk to my people, to communicate, but to listen to the different channels as far as fire and rescue, law enforcement, that sort of stuff. Now, This is new technology to me, but I had this on me, and it's something that I've been getting used to, is always carrying a radio on me. I have multiples of these radios, so I have some in my gear bag ready to go, and then I have in the truck ready to go at all times. And then I need to get in the habit of when I'm out of my truck, I actually have these as well, you know, carrying it like a cell phone basically, although it's very big. You just don't know when you need to be prepared for information. And when with the current climate that we are in, having communications right on hand right away is becoming more and more like a good idea. Being plugged into the network with my community, with my guys, to know who to listen to, what channels to go to, how to contact our guys, right? So that requires some pre-thinking. Now, something that our organization does is we have commo cards. So we have this set of cards through here that we can figure out what channels that we are on, the way that they are all programmed into our radios. But I was able to go to my cards, find out what channel was the emergency channel in the area that we were at, and I was instantly getting information from what was going on, where the fire was going, because as it was started, we had a general location of where the fire was, but I didn't know specifics. I knew which way the wind was blowing, which was towards my place. So we were trying to figure out how much of a threat it was, and then how fast it was growing. The information that I had is it went from a little 5-acre fire to a 30-acre fire really quick, and it wasn't too much after that I actually learned that it was up and over 300 acres already. And that was the determination that I needed to get back to my place and start getting my stuff squared away to be able to pull stuff out of here. These are the things that we had to prepare for here. Now the goal was to come here, start getting everything ready to go if the fire got too close. But it was then to grab gear, which was at our place, and then get to the town that was the rally point. So while this is all going on, guys, communication is taking place. Radio, cell phone, figuring out where guys are at, where they're coming from, which roads are blocked off, any other possible issues. Of course, the power outages are taking place this entire time. All the gas stations in the immediate area and the areas surrounding were all down, which is another mistake that we made. I had a little over a quarter tank of fuel in the truck, which is plenty of fuel, but we stopped to get some, couldn't get any because all the pumps were down, and we just didn't realize that we probably should have gotten some back up where we were. So big mistake there, big lesson learned. Luckily, we were able to get back here where I did have fuel stored. I do have some jerry cans with fuel, not a ton, just enough for these kinds of situations. So I was able to put diesel in the truck, which was good. And then part of getting here and getting my tools ready was getting my chainsaw ready. And unfortunately, I didn't have any mixed fuel made up. So I had to get into my stored fuel, make some mixed gas for my chainsaw, fill up my chainsaw, put bar oil in it, which is it's not a huge issue, but it took a little bit more time, and so that was something that prevented me from getting out and helping out quicker. So these are just little things that made me take longer than I would have liked. I would have much rather have been boom, boom, boom in the truck and gone. So part of the stuff I did do right, or I did have ready, is I've got a go bag ready. I've got this one ready. I got a couple ready, but I've got this one ready specifically for more of a smaller issue. But unfortunately, I have it designed for more of a combative issue. So ammunition inside of it, extra mags, that kind of thing. I don't need magazines, and I don't need bullets, and I don't need combat type stuff. So I did actually have to take stuff out of my pack, put stuff into my pack. I put a lot of extra water bottles in there, as well as filling up the bladder, the water bladder inside of it. So filled up my water, got extra water bottles for what I would assume would be needed possibly, or people who are just working hard, trying to get their stuff out, kind of panicking, doing their thing. But one of the most important things that I took with me, or that I take with me, is all of my cords, extra batteries, my commo cards, basically the organization to my radio to help me out instead of clicking through all the buttons or trying to remember a frequency or trying to figure out or ask somebody else, hey, what channel are we on here? What channel is this? This is the index, guys. This is the how-to, the playbook, right? So I have all of that stuff in a little bag right here. You guys just can't see it. It's on the end of my pack. Cords for my cell phone. USB cords mostly because I have a solar panel charger that I can use, or jumping in other people's trucks, you can plug it in, but I need my stuff for my stuff. I need my cords for my gear. So cord for the radio and a charger as well as a backup battery. So redundancies there, but everything that is a little extra, kind of a techie thing, goes into this pouch and then is always on my gear. So real important, first aid kit, IFAC, guys, right? Burns, possibly, people getting hurt, sticks hitting, you know, out getting stuff, getting little cuts, small abrasions, that kind of thing. IFAC, just a little bit of medical stuff, and then I also have more medical stuff in here. And then of course lights, right? We were going into the evening time, so having lights, headlight, always got the O lights on me, you guys know that. So little O light in the pocket. This one's super bright, 1000 lumens. Took that one, and then it also is USB charged. So when I grab this, I already have a USB charger for my O lights in that bag. So once I got all of my gear up and ready, guys, and again, monitoring comms the whole time, right? Got all my gear, had a buddy come and help me out here specifically on my property. He met me out here. We got stuff squared away here, and then we took off to go help out, to go meet up with some other guys. And so that's when you guys met up with me last night in the video and saw us coming around the corner to check out the fire. You guys saw the plane and the smoke and everything that was taking place. But that was basically the timeline. When we got there, something really cool that took place, guys. We got there and there was a ton of people, neighbors, community, a ton of people who were doing the same thing we were doing. They were just doing it on their own or with their friends, as they were responding with cattle trailers to be able to haul out people's livestock. Now I can tell you that we have a friend whose friend's house did not make it, and not all of his livestock made it out, unfortunately. So in the future here, very shortly, we're gonna hopefully see what we can do to kind of help him out, maybe with, you know, maybe replenishing some livestock, or just, you know, helping him out however our organization can. But it was a very cool thing to see. It was very cool to see all of these people show up, going there to meet up with fire rescue, whoever was running the command center, which was Bonner County Sheriff Office was the main group there, taking point on the command center. Now we did go and talk to a couple of deputies to find out how we can help, and unfortunately, guys, and I'm gonna put it in the video because I think it's important, the community showed up to help out. Bunch of volunteer civilians, people who they're not first responders as a job. So when we did arrive on scene and talk to a couple of deputies there, we unfortunately were met with some attitude and resistance, annoyance of the fact that there were people showing up to help out, showing up to see where they could assist. And he didn't understand why people were continually coming up asking if they could help. And I don't understand his attitude of why he would have an issue with community coming up, volunteering to come and help out their neighbors, help out their community. And I think one thing he wasn't realizing is, while he was saying, oh, everything is good, we were still being contacted by people saying, hey, we might need help getting out of here. Can you guys help? Can you be ready to help us out? So we had better communication with the community and the people in the area who were asking us directly for assistance, versus their communication dispatch, whatever line of communication they were dealing with. So we were being told by this guy, oh, it's all good, we don't need any help, and then we're being told by the community that they actually did in fact need assistance. And then we were on standby for people who were real close to the fire, and if the fire was to jump, or if the fire was to you know, come back to life and push, you know, with the wind coming down, we knew where those people were and then what they needed to be able to get out. So we had multiple teams of guys with trailers, trucks, horse trailers, ready to go in, help them get out what they could get out before they possibly lose absolutely everything. But I gotta say, besides that, guys, which is, honestly, it's insignificant, the deputy's attitude towards the community doesn't reflect this community, which was the cool thing about it. When I pulled into Blanchard and saw all those people lined up with trailers, all the people just standing there waiting to help out, and I'm talking about the people who don't do it for a living. These were neighbors, civilians in the area, not first responders, or plenty of first responders there. But this was the community in this area, the guys and the gals standing there waiting to help out, willing to put themselves in danger to help out. Just the selflessness was awesome to see. When we were going there, we knew that our group was going there. We knew that we would see us there, and then when we got there and saw the amount of people sitting there waiting to help out, very cool to see, guys. And that is above all what community is all about, and that is the most important thing we try to stress is community. Have connection with people, have communication with people, be there for the people in your area, stand with your neighbors. Community is the focal point. All right, guys, that is it. I hope you guys took something from this. There are many lessons to learn in what I just told you guys. I did many things that could have been improved on. I did many things that were a good test run to figure out holes in my game. So hopefully you guys learned something from that as well and can take something and apply that to you. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We will catch you on the next one. Be sure to hit that thumbs up and share the videos.